Am I live? Hiya. Okay. So it says I'm live in all these places. That is good. How is everyone? Happy Monday. Is it Monday? Monday, December 5th. Wow. Happy Monday. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy New Year's. Listen, let's just get it all in there. Christmaka. Listen, I celebrate Christmas. Merry Christmas to me. You know, whatever you celebrate, it's December. We're in the season of celebration. Some people, they travel all over the world to be reunited with their families. Some people, they go with friends. Some people might be lonely. Some people are, what else? What are some people doing? They're buying presents. They're, drinking hot cocoa, putting up their Christmas tree. I mean, it's just a wonderful time. It's just a wonderful time. It's just a wonderful time. It's my favorite time of year, Christmas. Christmas is my favorite time of year. Okay. Anyway, no, really, Christmas is my favorite time of year. Christmas, New Year's, I love the whole thing. So I'm happy to be here with you. God bless you. You are good. All right. So let's talk about. So what are we talking about today? Are you thinking too small when it comes to your business? Are you thinking too small when it comes to your business? I have to open up another. Window here just to see what I'm doing. Are you thinking too small when it comes to your business? Let's really think about this. Are you thinking too small when it comes to your business? Are you going to tell me? I don't know. You have to tell me. Are you thinking too small when it comes to your business? So let's look. So I wanted to just read to you what I was saying. So I said, are you thinking too small when it comes to your business? How can we think bigger? I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to impact a billion people. No, seriously, I remember being a child. And um, I did not want to live in the suburbs. I wanted to like impact a lot of people. And I remember saying to myself, I want to impact a billion people. Hello, hey, healthy Jesse Chops, what's up? And I wanted to impact a bunch of people. I remember this like clearly. I didn't want to live in the suburbs. I didn't want to have this cookie cutter life. I didn't want any of those things. I wanted to make a big impact. I remember this. I wanted to be a Supreme Court justice and like give justice to people. I remember this. And I still totally feel that. Hello, Solomon. And I still totally feel that way. And you might say, well, why? And here's what I'm going to say. Well, why not? Why not? Right? We're here on this planet. If you want to make an impact, why not make an impact, and why not make a big impact? And why do I want to make an impact? I want to leave the world a better place for children. So I'm a parent advocate. I'm a business building advocate. And it's really important. And my vehicle of change is entrepreneurship, empowering people to be entrepreneurs, empowering people to have businesses, because business is a fancy word of just saying that you have a solution, a product or a service that can help someone with their problems. That's really all it is. Sometimes they might be big problems, medium problems, small problems, complex problems, simple problems, multifaceted problems, problems for children, problems for men, problems for women. It doesn't actually problems for business owners, problems for teachers. I mean, it doesn't really matter. There's always something that needs solving, and that's really what business is. So, oh, you can solve my problem, great. I'm going to exchange currency with you, and that's what that matters. So, but here's the thing about when you're in business, the day-to-day of business. Yes, I'm good too. It's good to have you. So here's the day-to-day about business. I mean, business needs a lot of daily work for it to work. It really does. Like this whole conversation about put your business on autopilot and be at the beach and work 4 hours a week. You can create a business that really definitely works for you, but somebody's doing the work, right? So somebody's doing the work. Even if you have an online store, someone's doing fulfillment, someone is maintaining the website, someone is writing the copy, someone is doing the work. People have to work in the business, right? And maybe you have employees, which is the biggest leverage, which is the biggest what is that word? There's this word that people use, flex. Employees, they the biggest flex. If you have employees, that's the biggest flex, okay? Because you're using other people, other human capital to help you get your business agenda going. But the point I'm trying to say is that your business has to be worked on. And you can definitely set up your business where it works for you. I believe in that, but it's like somebody's still working on it, okay? That's like saying you can be a parent like hands off, like like no, someone's taking care of the kids. So, and I like to think about it, even with professional athletes, you can spend so many hours, they spend so many hours in non-sexy practice, because a lot of things you have to do to be successful in business is not sexy. And just like those professional athletes, they spend hundreds and thousands of hours practicing, drilling, conditioning. I mean, so much goes into that just to be performing for some minutes, even if it's football or basketball, soccer, 90 minutes, just to be uh just it's and so for other athletes, seconds. I mean, a 3-minute free skate, like, I mean, it's for minutes that they're on stage, but they put so much effort and practice into it. And it's the same thing with your business. And so today, what I really want to talk about today in our business is just let me close this. Today, what I really want to talk about in our business is, how are you thinking too small when it comes to your business? Are you thinking too small, and how you can think bigger, how we can think bigger in our business? So first and foremost, what are some signs that you're thinking too small for your business? What are some signs? One sign is you are not happy. You are not feeling joyful. You are not excited. You're just not happy, or nor are you excited. Nothing positive is happening. And why is that? So that's because you're probably overwhelmed with the day-to-day responsibilities, the day-to-day activities. Somewhere, you have an inefficient system. Maybe you need more help. Maybe you need some more clients. Something's going on. So how you feel is really important in business, because if you're making money, solving people's problems, people are happy with you. You have a nice home. You're living your best life. You feel good. So pay attention to your feelings in business. Pay attention to what you're feeling, because that is what's going to tell you what you need to be doing differently. Whether it's a positive feeling or it's well, I don't want to call feelings positive or negative, but what I'm saying, whether it's a feeling you enjoy or it's a feeling that you don't enjoy. That's what I should say. So with that being said, it's so important. That's one of the biggest ways you can tell that you are thinking too small, because you are probably inundated and dominated by feelings that you're not enjoying, right? Stress, um, overwhelm, chaos, always feeling like you're failure, doubt, fear. I mean, these are emotions that are valid, but are not enjoyable. They're not enjoyable. So if you are feeling great, joyful, excited, energized, rejuvenated, ready, just fused, overwhelming with energy, that's good. Those are emotions that we enjoy, and that means your business is you're probably thinking big. So that's the biggest thing, because our thoughts, because sometimes, or let's say you're in a position where you're building your business, and so let's say you're looking for clients, and you're just constantly like, I'm looking for clients, I'm looking for clients, I'm looking for clients, I'm looking for clients, and you're just constantly in that stage. It's difficult for you to take a step back and think about the bigger picture of your business. Think about how your business can grow and do different things and live, and X, Y, and Z. So Healthy Jessie Chop says, yes, sometimes you're not happy because after the stress, nothing comes in, mostly in my country, Nigeria. Wow, that's so interesting. This is powerful. She says, sometimes you're not happy because after the stress, nothing comes in, mostly in my country, Nigeria. It's not just Nigeria, it's right here in the US too. There are a lot of people in the US, a lot of people in the UK, a lot of people in Western countries that they're doing everything, putting a lot of work, and not a lot's coming in. So it's not, so I want you to change your mindset. It's not just in Nigeria. It's not necessarily related to your location. It's related to just business and things like that. Because I'm pretty sure, while Nigeria, that's my home country. Nigeria has a lot of things that need to be worked on. There are people who are making a lot of money in business. There are people who are enjoying their business. There are people who are getting blessed in their, doing well in their business. And that could be you, Healthy Jesse Chops. That could be you. So that's the first thing. See, this is a great entry point into this conversation, because this is what I'm talking about. Like, how do we know? How can we think bigger? Because if we're focused on, it depends on our focus. If we're focused on like, oh, my country, Nigeria, oh, my age, oh, the competition, oh, this and that. It's very frustrating. So Healthy Jesse Chops is, sometimes I will put a huge amount into my business and the turnaround is so low. So you know what you need, Healthy Jesse Chops? You need someone to really go through with you why that is, because that is not business. Now, so let me put my mama bear hat on, and I love you. So please don't think I love you. So I'm coming to you from a place of love. You are not supposed to be putting a huge amount in your business and the turnaround is so low. That's not business. You're losing money and you'll be out of business soon. That's bankruptcy. So you have to ask yourself, this is why you have to take time. This goes into my very big point of today. You have to take time and think about your business. Think about what is happening. Ask yourself, what is the huge amount that I'm putting in? Okay, so you say to yourself, okay, I'm putting in this amount. Okay, what is the amount? What's the dollar amount? Why? Are your suppliers too high? Are the vendors too high? What's going on? Are you not charging enough? Maybe you're not charging enough. Are you, is it inefficient? Do you not have enough clients? Are you losing money due to thieving, stealing? It's a lot that could be happening. And we don't know what's happening unless we are really looking at it and seeing what are the holes, how we can patch them up, and then make you some money. So Emo says, thank you for saying this. I'm tired of people pooping on Nigeria. I believe in changing your mindset and you change your world. People are thriving in Nigeria. Come on, Emo, listen. You just said it. She said I know people are thriving in Nigeria. It's my home country. I know people who are not thriving in Nigeria, and I know people who are thriving in Nigeria. I also live in the US. I live in Los Angeles, California. I know people who are thriving in Los Angeles, California, and I know people who are not. So you're absolutely right. I 100% believe what you're saying, Emo. I really think that it is about your mind. So now some people make me feel like I'm not doing it the right way, but how can I do well? So that's a good question, because there is more than one way that's the right way. So Healthy Jesse Chops, this is very important. It's not just one way to do it right. So I want you to listen to me and understand what I'm telling you. It's not just one way to do it right. It's not. There are many ways to do business. And I saw this post by Isaac Ajayi, the Purpose Preacher. Isaac Ajayi, the Purpose. Shout out to Pastor Isaac Ajayi, the Purpose Preacher. Look him up on LinkedIn. And he had this fantastic post about different business plans and business ways to run business, and how, don't let anyone tell you there's only one way. He said there's all kinds of ways, and you just need to find the one that works for you to get you to the goal that you're trying to go to. I love that post. I'm going to shout him out on that post. I'm going to repost that. But that's really important to understand that. So there's not just one way. So there is no one way. And there's many right ways, Healthy Jesse Chops. So that's something I really want to say, because business can be done in so many ways. But the one thing that you want to happen in your business is profitability. You want to feel profitable. You want to have profit. You need to have profit. And before you can even have profit, you need to have revenue. And then you need to know how much is your business. Because let's say you open a restaurant, and let's say you go to a restaurant. So let's say something like a restaurant is a physical place. So if you start to go, next time you go into a restaurant, start to tally up all the expenses. It's the expense of the rent or the mortgage, the equipment, the food, the employees, the design, the plates. You start to add it up, and you can think to yourself, how much money do they have to make before they can even hit a profit? How much money? So sometimes some business is designed that you have to put a big upfront cost before you will even start to see the return. But if you're doing it the right way, you will see the return over time. Some business is different. Some business, like what is that business called? Drop shipping. Greetings to you, sir. What's up, John? Greetings to you, Sir John. My hat off to you, Sir John. Thank you for joining me, Sir John. So if you say to yourself, so let's say some like drop shipping. So now I'm going into these really specific terms. I apologize. But drop shipping is when you are selling something on the internet, you have like a storefront on the internet, you're selling something on the internet, but you don't even own it. So when someone gives you the money, so someone goes to your store, they buy it, they give you the money, then you go somewhere else. So you are charging, let's say you're charging $20. Once they give you the $20, you go and buy it for $5 and then you send it to them. So you have $15. So some people, think about the upfront cost of drop shipping. It's not high compared to a restaurant, because the upfront cost of drop shipping is you having the website, is you having so think about that. So these are the things you have to think about that when it comes to business. These are the things you have to think about when it comes to business. There's many ways to do business, many ways, and depending on where you are in your business, like real estate investing. You could do real estate investing. You have to have some money to do real estate investing. You have to have some money to buy property and to rent it out. No one is buying property for $0. Like, you have to have some money. Even if you do a loan, you have to have some type of money. And then, but here, if you do real estate investing in Los Angeles, to buy a house in Los Angeles is almost $800,000. 800,000 US dollars to buy a little tiny whatever house in Los Angeles. But you can go to another place in America, Detroit, Michigan, and you can buy the same house that looks the same for $50,000. So where do you want to start your real estate business? In Detroit, Michigan, or in Los Angeles, California, if you're starting out? These are all the things you have to consider when you're doing business, right? So Healthy Chops, I'm not sure if you're there. Let me know if you're there. If you have any questions, you have me live. To coach with me is 10,000 US dollars one-on-one. It's not a game. So if you have questions, let me know, because I want to talk to you about it. So that is the thing that I am telling you. I am telling you what I'm telling you is that there's so many ways to do business, and your business needs to be profitable. Like, seriously. And if it's not profitable, don't listen to everybody, but just really start to look, why is it this way? Why am I putting so much output, but I'm getting such low return? You have to ask yourself and then start to think about it. Now, one of the things that, let me get to, because we're already in 17 minutes, my goodness, let me get to where I was trying to go. Where I was trying to go is, if you want to think bigger in your business, you need to give yourself time to think about your business. You're like, what? Yes. Many of us are not thinking about our business. We don't spend time just thinking. This is not a video on execution, because now I'm going to get all my comments. I'm going to get DMs. Oh, you got to execute. You got to just do it. Execute. Do it. Just execute. Execute. Do it. Do it. Do it. Execute. 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 Yes. Of course, you need to execute. Okay? Of course, you need to execute. But what are you executing? What are you executing? Have you thought about what you're executing? Have you thought about it for a week, 2 weeks, three? Not have you thought it through? I'm not saying you have to think about it for 3 weeks, but have you in your mind, have you thought about month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Have you gone in the future in your mind? That's why we're powerful. The humans are powerful over other animals, because we can think. That separates us. We can think. We can think. We can imagine. We can go places in our mind that we have never even been before. So where are you going in your mind in your business? Where are you going in your mind in your business? Come on, Healthy Jesse Steps. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Like you said, changing my mindset. Exactly. Where in your mind? Where are you going where have you been in your business in your mind? Where have you been? Are you still stuck where you are in your business? Are you still stuck at point A? Because in your mind, you can get to point Z in your mind. In your mind, you can build up, so you can build in your mind. In your mind, you can go somewhere in your mind. Maybe right now I'm talking to you on the camera, but in my mind, I already know I'm going to be talking in stadiums. Did you know that? In my mind, I have seen myself with the mic talking in stadiums filled with hundreds of thousands of people. Did you know that? Well, if you don't know that, I'm telling you now. I have already seen it. I have been standing there with doing my same clap, telling people what I need to tell them. Why do I know this? Because I've been there in my mind. Why have I gone there in my mind? Because the Spirit of God that lives inside of me has shown it to me. He has said, you are my microphone. You will speak for me. I need you to speak for me. So you are going to be speaking on, he showed me the stadiums. You know, when you have sports stadiums and they have hundreds of thousands of people. God has told me what stadiums you will be in the stadium. You will be speaking to people around the world. In my mind, I'm speaking to CEOs. In my mind, I'm speaking to investors. In my mind, so when I prep for my life, I'm not just here in my little house in Los Angeles. Okay, I will always be here. No, in my mind, I sit there and I think, what can I do to strategize my business? How can I leverage? How can I make alliances? How can I get bigger? How can I make more money? What do I need to do? You need to spend some time and think about your business. You need to spend some time and think about your business. So if you, let's say, let's go back to food. Listen, let's say you're doing food. When you first start, listen, this is Los Angeles, California. There's this tamale guy. He's selling tamales. He literally makes the tamales. He gets in his car, his beat up car, and then when he gets to every neighborhood, he will be honking the horn. Tamale, tamale, tamale. He'll be honking the horn. Tamale. Listen, do you know that's how so many Mexican restaurants here in Los Angeles, who they are making millions of dollars a month, started? They start where they start, but they see themselves with multiple restaurants all around the city, the state, the country. How are you seeing yourself? But you have to think about this. You have to sit down and think. You have to sit down and think. Greetings, my friend. Greetings. Thank you, Michelle. Greetings, my friend, my sister. How are you? You have to sit down and think about it. So in your mind, when you think about it, because you can get stuck in the day-to-day. I'm telling you, the day-to-day will, the nuance, the mundane things you have to do, the day-to-day, it can be so frustrating. It's like parenting. You know, when you have your kids, the things you have to do every day, day in, day out, it can be so frustrating. You can forget to, do you know it's the parents that will not even notice the kids are growing? Do you know someone from the outside has to tell the parent, wow, your daughter is growing. Wow, your son, because they are stuck in the day-to-day. They can't even see because the day-to-day is weighing them down. It's like, oh my gosh. But listen, let me tell you, that's okay. That is why you have to set time aside just to think, just to dream, just to imagine. It's better if you do it every day. Maybe you can do it like 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, or you can have sessions like 3-4 times a week, 30-minute sessions. And that time you give to yourself to just think about your business, think about where you want it to go, imagine, pray, meditate, say to God, say to your creator, I want to go here. Just think, how could you do it? And then wait for the answers because they are inside of you. Your spirit is inside of you. It's the answers will drop in your spirit and tell you and will say, this is what you need to do. I mean, it's so clear. The voice will be so clear. You'll be like, wow, the voice will be so clear. You'll be like, oh my gosh. But you have to make room for that. Don't always be on social media. You know, I'm terrible at this. Why am I telling you this? Because like I have to start to, I do social media 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, nighttime. And I do it for, to reply comments, you have to do it for business. But I don't do it like all throughout the day. No, because your mind needs time to just have a place to rest. Make room for your great idea. Yes, this video was not about execution. So yes, you will need to execute. But you know why so many people are not executing? Because so many people don't sit and think about the idea that they even have. Sometimes people will get a great idea and they don't even sit and think it through. They don't even sit and think it through. Okay, what would it take for me to make this a business? They don't write anything down. Like just, okay, let me write this down. Just sit with a notebook and just write it down. Do you know how many people are millionaires right now? Because they just sat by themselves and wrote down their ideas and one by one did every little idea. One by one. Who wants to come on the live? Does anybody want to come on the live? You are welcome to come on the live. Here is the, if you want to come on the live, you're welcome to come on. This is it. You're welcome to come on the live. Let me see if I can put this into LinkedIn. You're welcome to come on the live. Let me invite people. If you can come on the live, let's see. Okay. I'm my own producer. I really need a producer. Who wants to help me be a producer? I'm even my own producer right now. But one day I will not be producing my own thing. So I will have people doing, I will just sit in the chair. You know why? Because God has already revealed that to someone and they said it to me. God has already revealed it to someone and they said it to me and I received it. I believed it. I received it. I believed chair and speak because my mouth is the microphone of God. Listen, you should know who you are. Who are you? What has your creator told you about yourself? Listen, what has your creator told you about yourself? Your creator speaks to you at nighttime. He talks to you, your spirit, you know who you are. Do you know who you are? Maybe you don't know who you are. I don't know. Like that's another thing. Do you know who you are? Because some of us we don't know. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. If you would quiet yourself, you can hear the creator speak to you. You can hear what he's saying to you. You can hear what he wants you to do. I know the creator wants me to speak for him, to be his microphone. So when I get up here and speak, I'm not speaking for anybody. I'm not even speaking for myself. I'm speaking for the creator. I'm speaking to get his people business advice. I'm speaking to break the chains off people's lives. I'm speaking so people can get a revelation that God loves them. Like that's basically what it is. You know. So Michelle, we can talk about it. We should have you know what you know who, because even if you say I don't know who I am, you might say I don't know who I am, but actually you do. You're just afraid to you're afraid because who you are is so amazing. That's Mariam Williamson said this quote. She said the real fear we're really afraid of how amazing we are, because now we have to be accountable to our amazingness. That's not a direct quote. But you should look it up. Mariam Williamson, she says this. It's very powerful when you really meditate on it, because the reality of the situation is that most of the time we are afraid to be who we really are. We already know who we are. We know we're supposed to speak. We know we're supposed to, whatever you're supposed to do. I don't know, but we don't want to do. So let me bring um Solomon. So
Hello, hello.
founder. He does a lot of things, but he's a founder of a social media platform called Prayer Social. He is listening to his creator and going forth. He's going to change the world. His social media platform is changing the world for people who believe and having a safe space to pray and to be positive. That's a change of the world. Oh my God! Oh, listen, it's my journal. Hey, hey. Hey, aye. Okay, now listen,
Hello.
my brother
Yeah.
Solomon, please. You know how it is. You are you're not even a guest. You're a brother in this house, but we have a guest today, John. Let our guest speak first, please,
Absolutely, absolutely.
please.
Wow,
You
John,
are
wow,
a
go
wow,
guest
wow.
ahead.
in the house.
Wow. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Wow, wow. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to see Solomon again. I've been backstage just listening to Solomon and listening to Aya. This is a very wonderful program. I just got the notification. I said, let me just, try and log in immediately and join the program. Honestly, what you're saying, you're on point. You're on point. You're on point. But there's something that is really bothering me. I say, I will ask you this question. The question
Okay.
I want to ask you is, all these years, I've been doing a lot of things, but to leverage is always my problem. So I don't know how to leverage in what the ideas I have put up there. You understand? To leverage, that's the major problem I'm having right now.
What is deliverance?
I
No,
think
no,
no,
I
he
said,
means to leverage, to leverage. I think that's what you're
Leverage.
saying, right?
Leverage. Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yes. Let me tell you something, John, Sir John, let me tell you this right now. That is not your problem. You are the answer to that problem. You know how to leverage. So first of all, we all have to understand whatever we don't know, we can learn. We have to stay open. So you have to remove this block like, oh, I have this problem. I don't know how to do this. No, you know how to do this. If you are a man, you can do it the best. What? If you are a man, you can do it the best. You have to give yourself that space where I can leverage. It starts with our words and our thoughts and our openness. You can leverage. You know how to leverage because you, first of all, the best way to leverage in business is through humans, through relationship. You know, it's the, whether it's the relationship online and person, it doesn't matter. Relationship is the best leverage because, as you know, as Brother Solomon knows, as I know, and as anyone who's watching this knows, it's people who will open the door for you. You know that it's people, they
Right.
will open the door for you. So you should invest. Everyone, this is not just for Sir John. Everyone should invest their time in building relationships, strategic alliances, relationships and alliances that are mutually beneficial. That's number one. Stop putting your time into people who don't care about you or your business or anything about you.
Right.
Stop putting your
Right.
time in people who cannot be mutually reciprocal.
Right.
Stop that.
Wow. Wow. You're
If they can't do
prophesying
anything for
tonight.
you, and this is not this, listen, business is not ministry. Ministry, charity is not business. So this is very important. When you want to do ministry and charity, you should give without expecting anything in return. That is ministry. Business, it needs to be mutual. So your strategic alliances in business need to be mutual. There, if it's not mutual, if they cannot bring something to the table to help you, it's not strategic and it's not for you. Listen, I have someone else coming into the house. Yes,
Oh.
I have someone else coming into the house. I have someone else coming into the house.
Oh,
Hey, I have
you're
someone else
welcome.
in the house
Thank
now.
you.
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
Wow.
before I let you speak, Jacinta, John, do you have any? How did you? What do you think about that?
Okay, you're absolutely correct. You're correct. There's a word you said. You said anyone that doesn't add value to you, you should, you know, do away with that person and focus
Yeah.
with people that add value and people you know that okay, you can make something from. You understand? And if anybody doesn't want to support you in terms of what you're doing, we should discard that energy and move to the right energy. I think that's what
Mhm.
I've seen there so far. In fact, tonight you're just prophesying to me, and I believe I've accepted it with all my chest. I've accepted
Yes,
it.
yes, because you know you are a man. You know how much I love men. You are a man. God created you first. So of course you know how to leverage. There is nothing that you don't know how to do. You just need to harness your mental energy. There is nothing you don't know how to do. You know how to do it. Just leverage your mental energy and invest in the appropriate places. Yes. Jacinta, speak to us. Speak to us.
Okay, hello everybody. Good evening from Nigeria. My name
Yes.
is Jacinta, known as Healthy Jessie Chops. You know the question. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be on your platform. The first time I listened to you while you talk about growing business and managing children, it was in a very interesting topic which I wanted to talk about, but I wasn't having access to you. I think I wrote to you via inbox. I told you I said I wanted to talk about that something because I wanted to hear more, but I didn't know that I have to pass through the what's it called, the YouTube. So
Mm.
till you told me something, so I have to go about the back. And then I said, okay, so I have to follow you on the YouTube to see, and then I have to go there, listen to the message, and then I call it a message because to me that's a message.
Mhm.
So it's really helped and all of that. So why I talk about business, growing business in Nigeria, sometimes when we that stays in Nigeria sometimes point hand back at the Nigerians, is that because they know we are struggling and they know we are trying to make an ends meet, but sometimes they get engaged in this business, then we put huge amount of money, and I tell you most of them are coming from the church.
Mm, mm, mm.
A church people can ruin your business. They don't know how you are managing. They don't know if you're paying school fees. They don't know if your children are eating. But sometimes they bring you down. Do it now, sister. It's for church now. God will bless you. But they
Mm.
don't know if your children are going to eat or pay school fees or you're going to pay rent.
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
So sometimes when I it's only on a platform like this I can go out and say something
mhm,
because you are coming from the direction I know that you have God in you and you have the Holy Spirit and you can boldly say, like I from the ending part that I met, you said, if anybody that is not adding value to you, cut off. To me, even in the church,
mm, mm. My
Last
sister,
time I had,
yes.
I went for a trade fair,
Mm-hmm,
and it was like a 3 weeks trade fair.
mm-hmm,
I took my house rent money to put into that trade fair. I employed people. I got like 5 staffs because it was a daily sales. We
mm,
were sleeping on that ground. We
mm,
take a bath on that ground. We
mm,
sleep in the cold. We do
mm,
everything. And a particular fellowship came in and approached me.
mm,
Jacinta, my business is known as Jesse Chops.
mm-hmm,
Jacinta, will you supply us food for? They call it 3 naira, which is 300.
mm-hmm,
I said, well, things are expensive. Now they say it is a church. Why can't you do? I said, okay, if it is strictly for 3 weeks, I will do it. Now I wanted a turnover. And then I went to the market. I stocked the shop because I was selling daily.
mm-hmm,
And then I make sure I give them 50 plates of food in the morning, 50 plates in the evening, because they were using it for evangelism.
mm-hmm.
So I feel that, okay, let me just do that. There is no point, because the one I cooking to sell, I can, I swear do that to them. But I tell you, at the end of the program, my money was not paid complete.
Mm,
And then one of the guys that came in to help sell, he was a graduate, and I brought him in. And in that 3 weeks, I promised to pay 10,000 naira. So I've coughed out 50,000 naira for the 5 of them. I paid for the structure which was there, for the ground and everything, and I bought food stuff. And at the end of the day, they couldn't pay my money complete. I have to start talking about that money till 1 year after. And in the moment we left there, one of the guys was a sickle cell, which he never told me because he wanted to get that job. And afterwards, the code and everything, he died after 3 days. And then the money was not paid to me. And I feel like, okay, dropping the towel concerning my business. Being paid my money become a problem. I didn't really make a turn up from it. I served them food for 3 weeks, morning and night. Do you know that I have to follow up that money for 1 year? That's why I said sometimes we put in so much. We put in so much, but we turn up not to get anything because sometimes it's coming from the church. Just do it. Just do it. God will bless you. And we keep on
Listen,
just doing
Jacinta,
it.
Jacinta, let me tell you something. This is very important what Jacinta is saying right now. And I want everybody to listen to me. What Jacinta is saying, you see, did you hear Jacinta? She is telling you her heart. She is sharing with you her heart. And it's a beautiful heart because she wants to bless God's kingdom. But where did Jacinta make a mistake? Jacinta, you made a
Yeah,
mistake. First and foremost, business is not church, and church is
yeah,
not business. So if you are going to do something unto the kingdom for minute, like the purpose of service, you better be able to afford that and take
yeah.
that on. If you
Mm-hmm.
can do that, if you can do it, first of all, giving to the church, giving to God is your own free will to do, and
Yeah,
only God can give back to you. And he
yeah,
gives back to you through people. I'm not saying he's going to give back to you through people, but when you give to a charity or God or something to that effect, it's not a money making endeavor. It's for
uh-huh,
you to give. Now, that's one. The second mistake is never let people manipulate you. People will use all kinds of things to manipulate you,
yeah,
to make you give them something for free that they know they should pay
mm-hmm.
for. Men will manipulate women to get them to give them something for free. Religious people will manipulate you to play on your good heart, So they're not even looking. It's not about you. They just want you to give it to them for free.
Yeah,
People will manipulate you. Your boss might manipulate you to not get the raise. Manipulation is a real thing. People are
mm-hmm.
out to manipulate you to steal from you. It's a manipulation is a form of stealing.
Yeah,
But what they do is they make you steal from yourself. That's
yes,
manipulation. Do not succumb to manipulation. If you don't know what manipulation is, go and study it now. Go to Google, go where you need to go, read some book, study it now. So you will know this person is manipulating me. They are not for me. They're not, because if I come to you and I say, if I'm a church and I come to Jacinta, my church
yes,
is doing this. I want you to sow into the ministry and do this. It's up to Jacinta to say yes or no. If
yeah,
for me to be pressuring Jacinta because who is my source? God is my source. Maybe God told me to go to Jacinta. If you believe in God, God will make Jacinta say, okay, no problem. I will do it for you. Or maybe you have boundaries. You don't have to do what the person asks. You can do what you can do. So maybe you say, Liz, I can give you 50 plates. So 50, that's it. The third mistake is you have to have boundaries. You have to have boundaries in business.
Yeah.
You cannot be just willy-nilly in business and letting everybody do this and doing that. No, the business is your business. Like you said it just
Yeah.
said, they don't know if you paid your school fees, feeding your children. They don't know and they don't care. That's why
Yeah.
you have to have the boundaries. That's why you have to have the boundaries with a smile and a straight face. Jacinta, I want you to do this for me. You say no. No.
Yeah.
How now? Why? No, I'm not available. And you
Yeah.
go and give your business to people who can pay you. That's the first boundary. Don't give anything to anyone who cannot pay you. If they cannot, that's not business. And
Yeah.
you cannot survive in business doing that. So do not be religiously manipulated, Jacinta. Do you
Yeah.
understand? Do
Yes,
not
I
be
do.
religiously manipulated. Do not let people use the name of God to manipulate your kind heart for God. Be led of the Spirit when you give. Be led
Yes.
of the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God will tell you who to give to, where to give, how much to give. The Spirit of God is from inside,
Mm-hmm.
and He will tell you. If you want to be a giver, you say, God, I want to be a giver. Who should I give to today? Let the
Yeah.
Spirit, because let me tell you something. This is a deep thing I'm about to tell you guys. Do you know that God is not moved by need? Do you know you
No.
can do anything for anybody because you need it? Did you know that?
Never.
Thank you, Jacinta. He does
Mm.
not move by need. Listen, I'm telling you, he sent his son Jesus to explain that to us. I am not moved by need. I'm moved by faith. I'm moved by belief. I'm moved by you believing I will move for you. So you have to understand that don't be moved by people's needs.
Yeah.
Be moved by your spirit and do your business the way that it works for you. And learn what manipulation is because people will manipulate you from every angle. The government will, manipulation is a serious tool of the devil. It's out
Yeah.
here. Do not, so you have to educate yourself so you don't fall for it because anyone can fall for it. I can fall for it. You can fall
Yeah.
for it. Anyone can fall for it. I'm telling you, I have fallen for it. But do not, if it's, oh, it's for church. No, you said, no, sir, this is business. What I do for church is not, we're not talking about that. This is business. If you want to work on my business, get paid first. You have to
Yeah.
get some type of payment. Get paid all up front or get paid at least half. If I cannot move forward, if you don't give me half. And then
Yeah.
the day before the last one, I cannot move forward until you give me the rest. You have to have boundaries, Jacinta. You have to
Yes.
have boundaries. So listen, the Spirit, Solomon said, the Spirit of God will guide you. Don't, yes, come on. Michelle
Mm-hmm.
said, no, I didn't know, but I think society places that thought in our minds a lot. Yes. Yes. I'm not sure which thought are you talking about, Michelle? I'm not sure which thought you're talking about. But yes. But my point of the matter is, yes, do not listen, I'm gonna do a whole live on manipulation in business. I'm gonna do a live on it like this week because manipulation, it's horrible what it will do to people. Like people like you, Jacinta. It will,
Yeah.
and let me tell you, the only people who fall for manipulation are good people. The bad people don't fall for manipulation because they're the manipulators. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Like, the bad people are the manipulators. The good people, the bad people are constantly looking for the bad people are looking for good people to manipulate.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you. Do you have any other last questions, Jacinta?
No, I think I really I like what I had today, and I think that has also lifted my spirit. And I'm thinking about it, just like you said. Think about it, imagine it, and then feel it. So I'm beginning to like. While I was listening to you, I was already imagining it. So, first of all, I like, okay, I have to try and understand when I'm being manipulated to do things in business, which I don't want to do, because sometimes when they say okay, do it for God, and the guilt will be, you feel like, okay, if I don't do it, that guilt. So I think that has also, I've learned that to be not always do it for God. If God is putting it on my mind, I do it when God put it on my mind. Go give food out. I do it out of my own will without anybody forcing me to do that. Even in the midst of nothing, I do that because God has instructed me to do. But when it comes to them, because and they are elderly people and they make you feel like, okay, you just don't want to do it. But I think the word manipulation has sink into my brain and all of that. So I think I'm going to sit on that. And when I see one, I God should help me to recognize it because the way they go, so I cannot be defeated anymore. Because each time I
Yeah.
remember, I got hurt because someone died at the process, and then getting the money was not there. So sometimes I just want to lay the tower off of the business. Sometimes I pick it off again. I keep laying and picking, but I know that definitely one day I'm going to get there.
Hold on one second, Jacinta. Michelle, I see your question, and I want you to come on the broadcast. The it's right there because I want to really answer your question because that's a spiritual question, and it needs a little bit of answer. I don't want to just leave you hanging. But back to Jacinta. You see what L'Oreal said? They know what they're doing. You see what they're
Yeah.
manipulating you. You see what L'Oreal
Mm-hmm.
said? Let me tell you, Jacinta. People will use their age to manipulate you. Oh yes, because I'm older. People will use all kinds of, as you educate yourself on the topic of manipulation, as you educate yourself, you will your when I say your eyes will be open, you'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
because as they're telling you, oh, do it for God. Now is the church. Now they will when you walk away and you agree, they'll say, we got it. Oh, their heart. I'm telling you, the Spirit of God will reveal to you the true intentions of man. That's not a
Yeah.
thing that you can always know. You cannot know anyone's true intentions. You can think you can, but it's not possible. The Spirit
Yes.
of God has to reveal it to you. You will, and that's how you will feel it. And just like you said, you are a giver. I can tell because to be a giver, God will instruct you, and you will also do it on your own. So that's fine, but have boundaries in your business. Have boundaries in your business. Have boundaries in your business. And thank you, L'Oreal, for your, you that was deep. That and I want to applaud you, Jacinta.
Thank
You
you so
always
much.
have the victory. The victory is your portion, and you
Thank
can
you.
you can be cooking for the president. You can
Amen.
be cooking for you. You need to in your mind like see that's how we level up. You can stay cooking. You can be cooking for the homeless, which is
Mm.
beautiful. You can be cooking for churches. You can be cooking for families. You can be cooking for events. You can be cooking for presidents. We have to
Amen.
start to understand it's who we engage with. Come on, see, L'Oreal have been there. Who we
Hmm.
engage with, that's the level up. What
Yeah.
the impact we're having, the impact is the level up. It's not
Yeah.
even necessarily the numbers, but what impact are you looking to impact people with? Who do
Hmm.
you want to impact? If you want to impact the orphans, that's a big impact because you don't know where those
Yeah.
orphans will go. So it's not always about what it looks like on the outside. It's about the impact that your heart wants you to give to people. Now,
Yes.
I want to say thank you so much, Jacinta. I want to say, Michelle, I don't know if you're still on. Let me know if you're still on because I really want to talk about that. This question, God answering prayers based on me. Because I know sometimes you say things, you just say things, and then it's like someone is in the audience, like, well, what does that mean? I need to know what that means. So if you're still there, I want to tell you what it means. God is the creator, and I'm talking about the Father, Abba Father. When we pray to Abba Father, his answering our prayer is based on our faith. It's based on our belief that he can do it. He can answer our prayer. So when people say, what is faith? What should we have faith in? What should we believe in? I have faith that God is the answer of all prayers. So like I have faith that it's everything's a little thing to God. It's 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 a little thing to God. And so my faith is in God, the person, like God, like Jesus, like it's a little thing to God and his word. Even sometimes people will be like, the word is living and active, sharper than a double-edged sword, able to divide between spirit and soul and joints and marrows. The thing you have to understand is it's alive. So it's a living document. It's alive in Jesus. So God is moved to answer your prayers by faith, by your belief. It's not by your need. You could be crying. I need this, crying. Listen, I've been there. I'm telling you something I know. Crying every night, crying, and nothing's happening. The day you stop crying and you say, God, I know you're going to do it, and you just move on with your life, it's done. It's already done. It's happening. It's moving on your behalf. Boom. Because faith is the currency of the kingdom of God. And faith is not complicated. It's not this complicated thing. People, listen, it's not complicated. Faith is just, as you believe, you're praying, believe that you receive it. So let's say, let me give a very simple example. Let's say you're going through financial trauma. Just believe that God will deliver you from your financial trauma. You don't know how he's going to deliver you. You don't need to know how. You don't know how. You don't know where the money's going to come from. You don't know if he's going to cancel the debt. You don't even know. Like, you literally have no idea. But your faith is that God has already delivered you because God loves you, period. It's that simple. God loves you. Solomon was actually talking about the love of God. Where did you go, Solomon? You need to come back. Solomon was talking about the love of God today. He posted about that on Facebook. He was talking something deep about the love of God. God moves on our behalf for love, but we have to believe. It's not about need. It's about belief. That's why people be believing. They be getting this, they be getting this. It's belief. And it's very simple. It's just you believe in the person that I believe. Like, I don't care what's happening in my life. I don't care. I will just tell you, God's going to break through for me. God will break through for me. I don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know who he's going to use. He might use me. He might use you. I don't know. God's going to break through. God's already done it for me. He loves me. I'm loved. He cherishes me. He looks at me with fondness. He loves me. So he wants good things for me and you and for me. I believe that. So my life is good in Jesus' name. All right, folks. I love you guys. It's almost been an hour on here. Listen, I love you. I love you so much. I love you. You know why I love people? Because I experience love every day from the Creator. The Creator loves me. I experience his love, and therefore I can love people. So when I say I love you, I really mean it, because the love of God, love is patient and kind. I can be patient with you and I can be kind to you. Patient and kind. I'm not going to hurt you. I will not hurt you, and I'm patient and kind with you. That's love. Okay. My people, I love you. Thank you. I will see you tomorrow now. My people, I will see you tomorrow now. Thank you so much. I love you all. God bless you. Bye-bye.